Canto 3. Through me is the way into the doleful city, through me the way into eternal pain, through me the way among the people lost. Justice moved my high maker, divine power made me, wisdom supreme and primal love. Before me were no things created, but eternal, and eternal I endure. Leave all hope ye that enter. These words of color obscure saw I written above a gate, whereat I, Master, their meaning to me is hard, and heeding me as one experience here, must all distress be left, all cowardice must here be dead. We are come to the place where I told thee thou shouldst see the wretched people who have lost the good of the intellect. And placing his hand on mine with a cheerful countenance that comforted me, he led me into the secret things. Here sighs, plaints, and deep wailings resounded through the starless air. It made me weep at first. Strange tongues, horrible outcries, words of pain, tones of anger, voices deep and hoarse, and sounds of hands amongst them made a tumult which turns itself unceasing in that air forever died, as sand when it eddies in a whirlwind. And I, my head begirt with horror, said, Master, what is this that I hear, and who are these that seem so overcome with pain? And he to me, This miserable mode, the dreary cells of those sustained who lived without blame and without praise, they are mixed with a caitiff choir of angels who were not rebellious nor faithful to God, but were for themselves. Heaven chased them forth to keep its beauty from impair, and the deep hell receives them not, for the wicked would have some glory over them. And I, Master, what is so grievous in them that makes them lament thus bitterly? And he said, I will tell it to thee very briefly. These have no hope of death, and their blind life was so mean. And this, for them the world permits not to exist. Mercy and justice disdains them. Let us not speak of them, but look and pass. And I who looked saw an ensign, which whirling ran so quickly that it seemed to scorn all pause, and behind it came so long a train of people that I should never have believed death had ensigned so many. After I had recognized some amongst them, I saw and knew the shadow of him who from cowardice meet the great refusal. Forthwith I understood and felt assured that this was the crew of caitiffs, hateful to God and to his enemies. These unfortunates who never were alive were naked and sorely goaded by hornets and by wasps that were there. These made their faces stream with blood, which mixed with tears was gathered at their feet by loathsome worms. And then as I looked onwards, I saw people on the shore of a great river, whereat I said, Master, now grant that I may know who these are, and what usage makes them seem so ready to pass over, as I discern by the faint light. And he to me, The thing shall be known to thee when we stir our steps upon the joyless strand of Akron. Then, with eyes ashamed and downcast, fearing my words might have offended him, I kept myself from speaking till we reached the stream. And lo, an old man, white with ancient hair, comes toward us in a bark, saying, Woe to you, depraved spirits! Hope not ever to see heaven. I come to lead you to the other shore, into the eternal darkness, into fire and into ice. And thou who art there alive, depart thee from these who are dead. But when he saw that I departed not, he said, By other ways, by the ferries, not here shalt thou pass over. A lighter boat must carry thee. And my guide to him, Sharon, vex not thyself, thus it is willed there, where what is willed can be done, and ask no more. Then the woolly cheeks were quiet of the steersman on a livid march around his eyes like wheels of flame. But those spirits who were forewarned and naked changed color and chattered with their teeth as soon as they heard the bitter words. They blasphemed God, their parents, the humankind, place, time, origin of their seed, and birth. Then all of them together sorely weeping drew to the accursed shore, which awaits every man that fears not God. Sharon the demon, with eyes of glowing coal, beckoning them, collects them all, smites with his oar whoever lingers. As the leaves of autumn fall off, one after the other, till the branch sees all it spoils upon the ground, so one by one the evil seed of Adam casts themselves from that shore at signals as the bird its call. Thus they depart in the brown water, and ere they have landed on the other shore, again a fresh crowd collects on us. My son, said the courteous master, those who die under God's wrath all assemble here from every country, and they are prompt to pass the way for divine justice spurs themselves. That fear is changed to desire. By this way no good spirit ever passes, and hence if Sharon complains of thee, thou easily now mayest know the import of his words. When he had ended, the dusky campaign trembled so violently that the remembrance of my terror still bathed me still with sweat. The tearful ground gave out wind which flashed forth a crimson light that conquered all my senses, and I fell like one who is seized with sleep.